Big Freaks, how you doing? It's Mark here. Hope you're all well around the world. We're in Bangkok today, and our special guest is May Apperley from Nava Yoga. And May's our first yoga podcastee. How you doing, May?
I'm good, thank you. Hi, everyone.
May, what got you into yoga?
I love practicing yoga. After I practice, I feel so relaxed, so peace and calm, from my busy day. It's just what I needed.
Yeah. And you know what strikes me? It seems like over the years, yoga has become almost like a fashion.
Yes.
Okay, so you see yoga studios coming up everywhere. There's yoga, gym gear that you can buy that's special for yoga. What attracted you particularly to yoga versus, say, other disciplines like Pilates or some of the other things that have been going on?
Actually, I love all kind of exercise. I like TRX, I like Pilates. Each exercise gives me a different feeling. Like Pilates is all about core strength and the small muscles. And I can feel that it's really good for the client who have low back pain. But for yoga, it's body and mind.
Right, okay, so you're combining the physical aspect of it with the mindful aspect of it. And it's interesting, I mean, what do you, in terms of the mindfulness, because a lot of people, again, starting to talk about mindfulness, what is it about yoga that triggers the benefits of mindfulness?
Because you practice pranayama, is breathing. You have to focus on your breathing. And then after that, we practice shavasana. It's more like meditating and relaxing. And while you're in a pose, some pose like you need a good balance, your mind needs to be in the pose. You can't think of anything else. You have to be focused. So it's practicing. Be within your breathing, in what you're doing, aware of what you're doing all the time.
It's interesting because I started yoga with a lady in my housing compound, just for convenience. And I had major issues. I've still got major issues with my flexibility, my mobility. And probably after 8 or 9 weeks of doing yoga, it's really helped me become more flexible. So that's been a real benefit for me. But it's also helped me relax a little bit more. Just be aware of what I say and how I say it and things like that. But is that mindfulness or that focus, is that meditation or is that something different? Is meditation different to what you get out of yoga?
For me, meditation is focus on what you're doing and aware of everything, all the sense, everything you do. Basically, you say things, you think before you say.
Right.
You think before you're doing something. So you're aware of everything.
Right.
So I think yoga, even if you stay still in an easy pose and you're aware of your body, your mind, your breathing, inhale and exhale like that, you can feel all your senses better.
Okay. But meditation, how does that differ from meditation?
I think it's very similar. In my view, it's very similar. When you focus on your breathing, pranayama.
Okay. And breathing something I think people struggle with. I just did a boot camp, 28-day challenge at one of the gyms, Spy, you probably know it. And it was almost 3 sessions a day. And everybody, by the end of the first session, was getting gassed out. They were so tired, they were struggling through the second session, through the third session, they were just collapsing. And I was noticing that their breathing, they didn't have any good breathing techniques. So what are some of your tips on breathing for someone who just does normal exercise, maybe going for a jog? How would you suggest that they sort of breathe?
I think they should practice meditation. They should practice breathing before they go. Like most people, they breathe just half here. They don't breathe all the way down.
Right.
And especially people who have stress, the breathing is very short, in and out very short. And that comes after that with the tense on the shoulder and with the headache. So everything in your life is around the breathing. If your breathing quality is good, everything, our muscles and everything is revolve around breathing.
Okay, so is what you're saying the more intense or the more frequency of your breathing, say per minute or per hour,
the more stress you get.
The more stress you get.
Yeah. Or the more stress you get, the shorter the breathing you have.
Okay, so it can work the other way around as well. Okay, so you're saying one of the major benefits of doing yoga is helping you deal with your breathing technique to get longer breathing to actually help you de-stress.
Yes.
Okay, that's interesting. I went on a course, and it was a breathing course run by Steve Maxwell, one of the famous American personal trainers, and he's been doing this for over 50 years. And we did an exercise at the start that said, just breathe normally and see how many breaths you take in a minute. And I did something like 22. Okay. Well, he said about 14 to 16.
Yeah.
I'm doing now, when I'm concentrating, about 3 or 4.
That's very good.
So it's amazing just how much, but I find I have to practice a lot.
Yes.
And yoga has been one of the things that have helped me. An interesting question I ask myself is, who is yoga for? Is it for
everyone?
Okay, so tell me more about who's everyone.
Old, young. I think start from for children. Most children who start to practice yoga because they have influence from their parents or from school. So yoga will help them focus, because children they have focus about like 10-15 minutes. And this day there was a lot of TV, a lot of things that stimulate them. They need to focus and calm. And I think for people who have stress, I think it helps.
Can I just go back to the children thing? Because I've got children, as you know, you've got 2 lovely kids. And you're right, I think when you look at what your kids do as a parent,
games, TV, everything is stimulating them all the time.
Yeah.
They need to calm and focus.
Yeah. So when your daughter sees you, or your son sees you do yoga, sorry, let me backtrack a bit. So as a parent, you take your kids to Muay Thai, you take your kids to tutorials, you take your kids to fun stuff, you take your kids to visit relatives. So your day's gone and your week's gone. So how do you fit in another thing? So that's my question. For kids, is there any way you could almost give them mini yoga sessions, like just as they get on their iPad for an hour? How could you incorporate yoga in a kid's life as a parent without making it too stressful for the parent or too onerous?
Good idea is we can start with a story. Let's say go to the zoo, read a story, and we can pretend to be, when it comes to see the bird, we can make pose to look like a bird, and a lion pose or the cobra pose to go with the story, book story. It would take 10 to 15 minutes.
Wow.
I think their attention, the best is about 20 minutes.
So what you're saying is get something that the kid is used to doing, likes, and assimilate that into something that's relevant for yoga. Okay, I've done the cobra pose, and maybe a bit later on you could show us some other poses, right? Some simple poses. But what are there? Bird poses? What types of poses are there that kids can do that are simple?
Simple. I think 3 poses is simple.
Yeah.
Brain. Few of my children, few of my students, they are athletes, they're like golfer, they're swimmer or tennis player. So they have quite strong. So their pose is to balance on their arm. That's brain.
Okay, cool. So that's a good tip for children, because my son sees me do yoga. I do it at home. My teacher's good enough to come to my house.
Always the fun pose is downward facing dog and cat pose or lion pose, all the fun stuff.
Okay, well maybe we can do a couple of those if you don't mind, after towards the end of the podcast. because I want to do that for Izzy as well, my kid. That's good. A lot of people I was scared of yoga because of looking stupid, not being able to do stuff like the yoga instructor does it, or like a really fit person would do it. Because back then I was a little bit overweight, I wasn't as health conscious as I am now. What advice do you give people who may have similar thoughts to what I had?
I think that yoga to me is all about balance. So find your balance, even though your pose is not as how it should be, but as long as you're not hurting your knee, your ankle, basically as long as you're not hurting and you feel enjoy doing it, your breathing is nice and slow. That's all about yoga. Is what suits you, what you feel good.
How do people sort of...
Even the same person go on the same mat, practice the same pose every day, you're not going to get the same result.
Really?
Yes.
Why is that?
Because the way muscles work, sometimes you stiff, sometimes have better flexibility.
Yeah.
So when you go on the mat, don't have high expectation. You just go with the flow, go with your feeling, go with your body. The goal is to relax and happy with what you're doing.
Wow.
It's not to get into difficult pose.
That's a really interesting way to look at it, because I think, and maybe I'm wrong, maybe I look at it differently to others. I think
if you compare to the next person, the person next to you and next mat, you're never going to be happy. You should just stay on your mat, stay with your body, with your breathing.
Yeah, it's funny because when I do yoga with my wife, we're side by side, and she's very good at balancing. I'm terrible. And sometimes naturally I just look at her and she's doing something I can't do, and I really get distressed. I don't give up. I never give up, but I just feel, why am I doing this? She's so much better than me. I want to be like her. So what you're saying is
I'm the opposite. I'll look at it and admire it and say, oh, one day, I'm just happy here today. One day I'll get there.
That's a great attitude. And that's what you try and teach your students, to get into that mindset. That's very interesting. We've got children. That's one area that I've never, ever seen before talking to you. Yoga being promoted for the benefit of children. And that's great to hear. So well done on that. But who else? How about the elderly? How about the pregnant? How about the injured? Does yoga help all those people?
Yes, I teach pre-natal yoga and yoga therapy also. Pre-natal yoga is very good for the mom because, as we all know, everyone is have busy schedule.
Yeah.
So this is only chance the mom can relax, no stress
Yeah.
from work or from anyone. So they can come in and just have a lie down and have a meditation to relax with, to start with, and then start to practice stretching.
Do you? This is probably a difficult question to answer on the spot, but has there been any, scientific research to support any benefits to the baby on prenatal yoga? So if the mother does yoga before the baby is born, is there any research being done on that? Do you know?
I'm not sure, but I know that the mother's happier after they're practicing. So if the mother's happy, I think the baby's happy too.
Probably, yeah. You're right. Yeah, because mums obviously...
Like if the mom's stressed, the baby can feel stressed also.
Yeah.
If stress is not good for blood circulation, everything connects.
Yeah, but it gets back to your point of if someone is happy with themselves, someone is not stressed, someone is calm, it's going to help them. And if someone's pregnant, that's stress in itself. So if you can do yoga and try and eliminate some of that stuff. Do pregnant mothers need any sort of medical clearance to do yoga?
Yes, they need to consult with doctor.
Right.
Usually they can practice after 20 weeks.
After 20 weeks?
Sorry, 4 months.
Okay. So
12 weeks is fine, 12 weeks.
I thought it would have been the opposite. I thought you would be able to practice it early. And
that depends. If you always practice yoga before you're pregnant, you can.
Right.
But the best is to consult with doctor first.
Yeah.
Always consult with doctor.
Sure.
But if you never practice yoga, don't do much exercise, then you definitely need to talk to doctor, and it's after 3 months.
Okay. Generally after 3 months.
Yeah.
And just out of curiosity, how long up to prior giving birth?
All the way through. My students
Really?
do practice with me until 39 weeks.
Is that right?
Yes.
Wow.
She's very fit.
And she's a fit person.
Yes.
She's obviously now a happy person. That's fantastic.
But she's really busy, so yoga for her is very relaxing. It's the time that she can relax.
Okay. And that's great up until the baby. So after the baby, do you do postnatal
Yes.
yoga? And are there obviously benefits for that as well?
Yes, for the core, everything to get back in shape.
Mm.
But that's depends if they have natural birth or C-section.
Okay. And what would be the difference?
Natural birth, you can start practice after a week,
Okay.
and C-section after 1 month.
Okay, obviously because of the muscular repair and things like that. Okay, good. And how about the elderly? Like, my dad's 86. He's pretty mobile. He drives a car. He does his shopping. Carries a couple of bags around. But he's got his diabetes, his high blood pressure, and all these other ailments that come with old age. What's your sort of views on the elderly doing yoga and the benefits to them?
I think it's really good for them, but yoga for them have to be slow movement and not a lot of ups and downs. Have to be really slow and nice and stretchy, not much of power.
Okay, so
It's good for them to stretch the spine, because once you get all your back start to roll down, hump back like this.
Yeah.
So they need to stretch.
okay, so stretching and the mobility for the elderly is probably one of the big.
Yeah.
Okay.
One of my students is 72. When he started, he had a C curve on the back. His back is like this.
Yes.
Cannot sit straight.
Yes.
And after practice, it's getting nearly straight now.
Fantastic. That's brilliant. Guys, just to let you know, May's she's 24/7, so it's 7 o'clock in the morning here in Bangkok. This podcast has taken about a month and a half to schedule because she's always sort of training and working around the clock, which is fantastic. My point is going to the point of working hard, working with different types of people. If I were to talk to you about doing yoga and starting yoga, and no disrespect to my teacher, I'm not 100% serious about it. I do it because I'm getting some benefit from it, but I'm not 100% into it. I've got other passions. She didn't seem to do a lot of fact-finding or information about me. What do you do with your customers, with your students, before you want them to be a student and they want you to be their student?
I will ask, what is your goal? What do you want to accomplish? And basically, you want to more relaxed, or you want it to be strength, or because you have a health issue. What is your goal? What's drawn you into yoga? So after that, I will ask them if they have health issue, like have spinal problem, wrist problem, knee. What I have to be careful.
Okay. And then, so what you do, if I'm not wrong, is you will sit down with every student,
Yes.
and you will almost, or not almost, but construct, based on what you find out from them, a plan for Mark, a plan for Izzy, a plan for Adrian. And we'll go through that. So none of your sessions are the same. That's interesting. So that would really keep you on your toes, right?
Like if you're a golfer, you say my swing is not as wide as I want it to be. At the moment, you say your swing is 80%, you could do better. So my focus will be on the side, on your neck, on your shoulder. So once it's not stiff, once it's more relaxed, then your swing can swing wider. So you can go even farther.
So you spend a lot of time, you invest a lot of time up front understanding your client client's goals and needs, and then you tailor the program. Okay, because what I found, and again, no disrespect, is I find a lot of people in the fitness industry, be it yoga, be it training at the gym, will just get you in, get you onto a program, get you starting to work, and not do any of that research or homework on their students like you've done.
I think as mass production, I teach private. So if you want tailor-made class, like let's say spinal problem, anything, then you can tell me, and then I can adjust everything to your need. Like my student, they said they want to do better swimming, so because their shoulders stuck, their hips stuck, and their back is curved like this, so we focus. So we focus on shoulder blades, scapula, everything that they need.
What? I've known you for a long time, and what type of preparation or accreditation, education did you go out and get to be this knowledgeable in it? Because what you're talking about now is some pretty serious stuff.
So I got certification from Fit Innovation from a teacher, Jimmy. He's a very good teacher. And after that, I always would go to workshop for anatomy, for the spine problem, for any, for joints, and keep going to workshop every month sometimes from a doctor, sometimes from a yoga teacher.
Right. Sort of. Not only did you get your base accreditation.
Yeah, and I got certificate for yoga therapy.
Right.
Pre-natal yoga for children.
Okay. So and then you're continuously doing updates to your knowledge every month.
Yes.
Which obviously takes time and investment and all of that stuff, but obviously benefits your students enormously. Okay, cool. You mentioned yoga therapy a couple of times. Is there a difference between yoga therapy and prenatal yoga, children's yoga?
Yes, it's a big difference.
Children's
yoga, you have to make it interesting and all about story to keep their attention, to follow you. Because otherwise they look at something moving outside and they just lost the attention. The kids, you all have to make it fun, exciting, and they involve all the time.
Right.
And for prenatal yoga, it depends on the mom if they want to stretch or they want the strength to get stronger. And for therapy, it's focused on what's the issue. If they have rotator cuff problem, so focus on that. And when we stay in the pose, find a pose that's suitable for what they need, and stay in the pose for 3 to 5 minutes. Long time.
3 to 5 minutes.
Each pose.
That's a long time.
So get blood circulation to go in that area that you need it. Stretching.
So from a specialized yoga instructor perspective, because I like that one-on-one specialization, you find out the problem, you focus on the problem, and you spend a lot of time on that problem. Because my exercises seem to be very varied. Although it's one-on-one, I seem to be doing everything, and I seem to be doing everything for like 6 seconds or 10 seconds. So that to me is almost like a bit of wholesale yoga on a one-on-one basis, rather than specialised remedial or therapeutic yoga like you're talking about. Because 5 minutes is a long time, right?
Yes.
Yeah, interesting. Well, people have got stress of time in their day, right? I mean, there's only so many hours in the day. If you've got kids and a family, it's even worse, and a job. So what tips can you give people like me, or the average person who can only do yoga once a week, twice a week? What tips can you give them that they can do in their own spare time around breathing or anything else that could help them when they come back to see you?
To practice with me.
No, what I'm trying to say is, for example, I think I did a little exercise for myself where I timed during a day how much wasted time I have. and it was something like 2.5 hours. Right, and when I mean wasted time, I mean things like waiting for the BTS to come, being on a crowded BTS where I can't do anything. Someone's late for a meeting. I'm in the car stuck in traffic. Right, so I did it a couple of times, averaged out to about 2.5 hours. So what I'm asking is, I do yoga twice a week. I do it once, but say I'm a person who does it twice a week. You're my teacher. We've got the plan. My rotator cuff is hurt, so you've got the plan to fix it. But I've still got problems with my breathing. I still can work on my balance. Okay. When I'm on the BTS, when I'm in the car, when I'm waiting for a friend who's late for a meeting, what are some of the little things, the tips you can give me to help me just practice and not waste that time, but maybe...
Most of my students have their homework.
Yeah.
Because to see me twice a week is not going to cure the problem. So they have homework that fixes the problem.
How so? What homework?
I will give them the pose, 1 to 3 pose.
Right.
So they have to practice every day, but on their own.
Right.
Like, let's say this pose is helping them, so I take a photo and send to them.
Okay.
While the practice, I say, this pose is really helping me. So I make sure I take a photo and send to them and say, this is a homework for this week. Keep practicing. And for you, you said you waste time. I recommend a band or a rope and use it to slowly, exercise while in the car or wherever you have spare time while you're waiting for a customer to come or something like that.
So what you're saying, May, is there's really no excuses. There's always something people can be doing to be improving themselves other than the hour they spend or 2 with you a week.
Yeah, because people, let's say, work 8 hours a day, 5 days a week. Of course, that's very stressful, and you de-stress 2 hours a week. It's not balancing.
Correct.
So you have to find more ways to de-stress yourself.
Yeah, because people tell me, they say, and maybe you've got a unique approach here, because people are saying, some people, sorry, not all people, some people say to me, I did yoga, gave it up, never helped. How many times do you do? Oh, once a week for an hour. And that was it.
Yeah, but their goal is help walk the mind and the body, or the body.
Well, I don't think they knew. And that's why I asked you at the start, how do you talk to your students? And the first thing you said is, what's your goal?
Yeah.
What's your problem?
Because if they want to de-stress, but they go in a class like really hardcore, really like dynamic, keep moving all the time like that, that's not going to de-stress. It's going to give you a good strength, good exercise for your body, but it doesn't help much on the mind to calm it down.
Yeah, because like I said, what I try and do in the car, particularly because I'm pretty aware of breathing and techniques of breathing. I do a lot of breathing in the car, and I do a lot of breathing on the BTS when you can't really do anything with movement, too much anyway. So I practice my breathing during those times. But I think it's important people realise what you've said is a critical part of yoga. Is almost becomes a part of your life. It becomes almost like going to the toilet or eating lunch. You do it. You've just got to continuously do it. Otherwise, it won't maximise the benefits, right? Interesting. Very interesting. So, I want to talk a little bit about your views on the yoga industry. There's a lot of fitness industries, or fitness related, that have some very poor or no accreditation. If I'm a person looking for a yoga instructor, what are some of the questions I need to ask them? How do I, why do I come to you, mate, and not the other person down the road?
I think you need to tell them your goal and see how they're going to help you accomplish your goal.
But generally, I'm not really, I don't know what my goal is going to be, right? So,
what drawn you? What made you want to start yoga? I think that's, is it health issue? What is it bringing yoga? I think that's the start.
Okay.
And you can ask them to practice different style to see what you like also.
Okay. But do I need to ask them questions around more technical things? things like where did you get accredited, what disciplines of yoga do you do, can I talk to some of your other students to see how happy they are?
Maybe not talk to the other student.
No?
Maybe just ask for what the graduation, the certification they got.
Yeah.
And maybe if they teach in a big group class that you can join, just try it if you like it.
Okay, cool. Do you actually, what are your views between the links of two important things to me, of nutrition and sleep to yoga? How important do you think those two things are?
They are very important.
How so?
First of all, if you eat well, then you feel good from inside.
Yeah.
You feel well. And if you don't have enough sleep in the morning, you won't feel fresh. So these two link. You need a good nutrition, healthy, and good long sleep, at least 6 to 8 hours.
Wow. And
it not just around yoga, it's about your basic life, your everything.
yeah.
If you don't sleep well, then you're not 100% on anything you do.
Correct. Yeah. No, I agree with you. And I'm not a particularly good sleeper, and I think I do yoga on a Sunday afternoon, and after it, my yoga teacher, whose English isn't great, asks me, how do I feel? And I feel like I'm just on another planet, and I feel like I just want to have a shower and go to bed. And the best night's sleep I get are on a Sunday night when I do my yoga, believe it or not. And the best feeling when I wake up is actually on a Monday morning, when the night after or the morning after I practice my yoga. So it's obviously working in some way, shape or form for me. But if you see someone who looks relatively fit versus someone who may be overweight, you can sense doesn't eat right, he's bringing their lunch to the class or eating straight after the class. Do you, as part of your sort of whole value proposition of Nava Yoga, do you actually talk to anyone about their nutrition? Do you give them nutrition tips?
If their goal is to get fit, and yes, I will always let them know that if you want to get fit, you want a different shape, you want a better shape, better figure, I would say 80% is nutrition and 20% exercise. I said I can help you with 20%, but 80% you have to help me by eating well.
Okay.
And we will exchange menu every day, every meal.
Wow.
I will show them what I eat, I will show them what they eat. So it's my food inspire them also, give them an idea of what they should have.
That's brilliant. So you wrote a picture here. Not only if I was looking for a yoga instructor, seriously, would I be looking at someone who is technically accredited and technically good, and also being able to pass on that knowledge to someone, because there's a skill to do that, right? I'd also be looking at someone who potentially could help me with some of my nutritional goals.
Not all yoga teachers know about the nutrition.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So if I'm a little bit overweight and I want to have a figure like you, then, or a figure like me, then I'd probably want to find a teacher that has some awareness of yoga, of nutrition,
Yes.
and would be willing to invest some time in that sharing. Because what I find, I spend a lot of time in gyms, and I come across a lot of people, as you know and you do. It seems like the teachers run from one meeting to another meeting to another meeting to another meeting to another meeting, and it seems like they're doing 100 things, and they don't have that specialist time. And again, to me, what would be important is you would sit with me and share your food plan. You would sit down with me and say, look, don't eat French fries, have a baked potato. That will help you in your goal, that will help you in your yoga. So, what if, does yoga help you sleep more? Or better, sorry, not more, better?
Yes.
Okay. And if I have problems sleeping, I'm a notoriously terrible sleeper.
I would recommend Yoga Nidra every night. Listen to Yoga Nidra every night.
Okay, stop right there. Yoga Nidra. What is yoga nidra?
It's like slowly tune your brain wave from up here, slowly tune it down to almost to a hypnotized state of mind.
I'm going to write this down. I don't write things down usually, but yoga nidra. Yeah.
Google it, and that will help you.
And what is it? Sorry, just explain
It's
to
like
our viewers.
Most of yoga class, when you finish it, they will give you 5 to 10 minutes of calm down, rewind, and lie down on your back. And the teacher will say something like, start to relax from toe to head or head to toe. Sometimes they take you on a trip. Let's say, close your eyes and let your body flow, and we go to the beach together. Nice, calm, relax, and all that. They will take you there and just let your mind just go to a holiday place and relax together. And you start to smell the sea, feel the soft sand on your skin. Just take you on the little trip just to relax.
That's amazing.
Yes.
Can we do that now to finish off? Can we do that?
Okay.
Can you do that for me?
Yeah.
That would be brilliant. Okay, but let me play devil's advocate here. I go to bed completely separate times to my wife.
Yes.
So I'm a much earlier sleeper than she is. I'm a much earlier riser than she is. So who does this for me? Because do I do it to myself? Do I visualize being on the beach?
First, you put on YouTube and listen. There's many.
Oh, so I YouTube yoga nidra.
Yes.
Oh,
and
okay.
Listen to that.
Oh, you listen to it. It's music, right?
It's a person talking to you.
Oh, wow.
Sometimes with the music in the background.
Okay.
Also, it's complete in YouTube.
Okay. And then you just sit in bed, lie in bed.
Yeah, take everything off and just listen to it and go to sleep. Listen to it and just go to sleep.
Okay.
Most people will listen to 5 to 10 minutes and just
Wow.
go to sleep with it.
That's amazing. I've never heard of that. And this is the difference between, again, like I'm saying to you, I think quality yoga professionals and just people who are doing it to just do it as a routine, as a job, and just to make a bit of spare money. I think that's the big difference for me. The advice like that you can get from people. I'm going to try that because we do that head to toe. Be aware of your shoulders, be aware of your elbows, and it works.
Yes.
It does work.
Yeah.
But I'm really interested in trying this yoga nidra stuff. That's fantastic. Okay. It's been a pleasure having you on the program. I do want to do some poses, especially the kid poses, right? But before we do that, I just want to finish up by asking, how do people get in contact with you? How do people find you?
How people find me is mainly on word of mouth. That they practice with me, they feel better, and they just tell their friends. That's how they.
Well, you've got 100,000 people here that will listen to this podcast that aren't going to have word of mouth. So, do you have a website? Do you have email address? How can people contact you?
Nawa Yoga.
Nawa Yoga, yeah.
Nawa Yoga, and my email is maymaitai@hotmail.com.
So MAI?
MAITHAI@hotmail.com.
Okay, fantastic. All right, that's brilliant. So what we're going to do now, thank you for being on the program. It's been a pleasure. I think it would have inspired a lot of people who are either thinking of doing it or doing it and not having a very good time of doing it, or even those who are doing it at a high level and want to even go further. Okay, so thank you very much. You've given some good tips. I've learnt a lot, and I'm sure our viewers have learnt a lot. And mate, the real interesting thing we talked about at the start is, is yoga a fad, a fashion? Obviously not, from what you've told us. There's a lot more to it. And you've given us some very, very useful insights. But I just wanted to ask you, there's two things that I've heard about that people are raving about or think are absolute garbage, and I want your expert view on it. And that's hot yoga. What's that all about?
I think hot yoga is good if you live in a cold country because you need to sweat it out, you need to detox, you need good blood circulation. But if you live in a hot country, I don't think there's need to be in a room with 40-degree temperature. You can do it open air with just a fan or no fan. I think that's more refreshing.
Okay. So the
And
whole...
make sure after you practice it, you drink a lot of water.
Yeah. Okay.
Get dehydrated.
What, hot yoga or just any yoga?
Hot yoga especially.
Okay.
But
Because
lots of water is good anyway.
No, sure, absolutely, yeah. Because I do my yoga upstairs. I've got a duplex, so
Yes.
I do it upstairs without aircon, without fan.
Fantastic.
And you literally pull off your t-shirt and it's soaking wet.
That's how it should be, yes.
Yeah, so that's interesting. But that's not at 40 degrees. I mean, I can imagine at 40 degrees would be an absolute nightmare.
Yeah.
The other interesting thing someone was telling me about in Australia was they've got, I'm not sure what it's called, you might want to Google it a bit later on, but it's a yoga class and it's got all these goats in the yoga class making all these noises, walking around, stepping on people's backs.
Yeah.
What's that about? Have you heard of that?
No, but they always have something new. Sometimes a rabbit, sometimes a cat, you know.
Is that right?
Yeah, I've seen in the YouTube before, practice with all these animals. I think it's a way for you to focus in your pose and your breathing because there's so much distraction going on. So you have to concentrate even more, you know, in the class.
So that's the reason why they're doing it.
I'm not sure why they're doing it, but that's my view of
But
looking at it.
that's what you suspect. I think it's absolutely crazy that you've got an animal running around in a yoga class. I mean, there's other ways to distract people, I think anyway. But all right, well, on that note, let's move on. Okay, guys, so now we are on the mats with May and getting stuck into the serious stuff. So we are going to demonstrate 3 kids poses. As you know, May and I have both got kids, and kids are our passion. So for all our viewers who have kids or want to get their kids into yoga, here are 3 fun things that you can do with them. And then we'll also do some yoga nidra to finish off the podcast. But May, over to you.
Okay, so first let's start with the cat pose. So place your palm, open your palm as wide as you can, your left and right palm as wide as your shoulder. Make sure your wrist in line with your shoulder, your knee in line with your hip. And from here, inhale, look forward, lower your back. Exhale, slowly curl your belly in, roll your back. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, roll your belly in, curl your back like an angry cat. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, roll your belly in, curl your back. And stay here 5 breathing. Keep deep breathing in and out. Slowly focus your breathing. From here, slowly look forward. Flex your feet. Slowly lift your knee up into downward facing dog. Yes. If you feel tight on your heel, on your Achilles tendon, try to bend your right knee. Bend your right knee. Bend your right knee. And then press your heel on your left heel. Press on your left heel. Yes. And then swap. So bend your left knee and press on your right heel. You can see a difference? Yes,
big
just
difference.
keep swapping like this, like 10 times.
Wow.
10 times until you get a good flexibility.
Brilliant.
Slowly. You can do the same with your elbows. So bend left and right.
Okay.
Left and right.
At the same time?
At the same time, yes. You can do that also.
Well, I'll probably fall over, so let me do one at a time. This is great on your hamstrings and calves.
Yes, it's very good. Yes. Once you can get better flexibility, so look at your toe, press your heel down. Okay. Make sure you open your palms wide, send the power through your arms, open your shoulder blade, look down to your toe and keep pressing the floor. Push your hip high, lengthen your spine and relax your shoulder. Make sure your shoulder is relaxed. This is downward facing dog pose. So when a dog happy, you can wag your tail like this, move hip left and right. Left and right. That's good for your spine. So
Brilliant.
happy dog.
Happy
yes.
dog.
Happy dog. So
I'm an old happy dog, but I'm a
When the
happy
dog
dog.
needs to go to toilet, we lift up one leg. So one 3-leg dog. Have a nice stretch. You can feel on your left leg, there's nice stretch on the back of your heel, on your Achilles tendon. Yes. Okay, and from here you can bend your legs also. Bend your right knee.
I think it's a bit advanced, mate, for me, mate.
Bend your right knee. That's it.
Oh.
Very nice. Keep pushing your knee to the ceiling. Nice. Very nice. Okay, slowly come back. Okay, start with the left leg. Slowly lift your left leg up high. Nice stretch. Keep pressing the floor. Then slowly bend your left knee. Yes. And slowly come back. Okay, have a little rest. Drop your knee down into child pose. Drop your knee, push your hip to your heel, walk your palm away, nice. Stretch your shoulder, your arm, and your spine, and relax here. Into child pose, balasana. Nice relaxing pose. If you feel tension on your wrist, you can make a little fist and rotate in slowly 5 times to release the tension on your wrist, and rotate out 5 times. And slowly come up. Yes.
So we did a cat and a dog.
Yes.
Right, okay,
Yes.
good. One more.
Slowly push your hip into your heel. Place your palm on your knee or on the mat. It's okay too. From here, we're gonna do a lion pose, Simhasana. So we're gonna make a roar, lion roar.
Okay.
So, okay, inhale and exhale. Stick your tongue out and look up. This is what it looks like. Inhale, exhale. Yes.
Okay.
One
I
more
like that
time.
one.
Release the stress. Inhale. Okay.
That's brilliant. I really
Loves
enjoyed
it,
that.
loves it.
And the kids would love it, wouldn't they?
Yes.
Okay, fantastic. Can we just finish off the Nidra?
Your panitra.
Yeah,
Yes.
if we could do that, that would be
So lie down
fantastic.
on your back. Take this way. So, you're a good swimmer, right?
Can't swim at all.
You can float on the water.
No.
Okay. Don't worry. We won't take you to the river. Make sure you can float somewhere.
Yeah.
Okay. So just slowly close your eyes and relax. Let your body sink into the mat. Open your feet as wide, a little bit wider than your hip. Still stay in the mat, wider than your hip. Open, face your palm up. Slowly relax your shoulder. Let your body sink into the mat. Relax on your spine. Imagine your body slowly flow up and out. Your body feels so light. No weight on you at all. Slowly go to the beach. Fly to the beach. Find a nice quiet island. And slowly rest down on the beach. You can feel the sand so soft and white. The sea is crystal clear, nice blue color. You can smell the fresh in the air. You can feel the sunlight on your skin. Sunlight in the morning, nice and warm, not too hot. Take a deep breath, and when you exhale, you can feel the sand, the wind, the breeze around you. You can hear the sea. You can feel a little bit of seawater on your feet. You can relax and feel nice and cool. Slowly relax your toes, your feet. Relax your ankle. Feel the sea on your legs, nice and cool. soft on the sand. Relax your shoulder, your wrist, your palm feel nice and smooth. You can feel the sand in your palm. The sand is so fine, so soft. Relax all your fingers. Relax your shoulder. Relax your neck. Relax your hand. Feel so relaxed, like you get gentle massage on the beach. Slowly massage on your head, on your forehead, on your arms. Nice gentle massage on the back of your neck. Total of your body feel relaxed. Your body feel relaxed. Your mind feel relaxed. Every time you breathe in, you feel relaxed, refreshing, calm, and peace. Every time you exhale, you feel like you let go of your stress, you let go of your dark thought. All you have inside you is just calm, relaxed, at peace. Every morning when you practice breathing, you feel better every day. You feel strong. From here, slowly bring your palm over your head. Bring your arm over your head. Palms together. Stretch your arm. Stretch your arm. Feet together. Stretch your feet. Stretch your body. Slowly release your arm to the side. Still close your eyes. Turn to your left side. Lie on your left side. Slowly bring yourself up into sitting comfortable cross-legged. Still close your eyes. Slowly bring your hand to your heart. Sawati to your palms together. Think of a good thought. Do some good thing for other and for yourself. Love other and yourself. Share this love to everyone. Be good to everyone. From here, we're gonna say Om one time. Inhale. Om. Rub your palm. Feel nice and warm. Energy in your palm. Bring your palm to your face. Gently massage your eyes. Open your eyes in your palm. Slowly lower your palms down. ขอบคุณค่ะ Have a good health. Thank you.
Thank you, mate. Coffee cup. That was brilliant. Thanks, guys. We'll see you later.